On February 1st, 1960, it really represents a milestone in my life. My colleagues Joseph McNeil, the late David Richmond, and Ezell Blair had been discussing democracy and the lack of it in this country, particularly as it relates to African Americans. And we had chewed on the subject since September of the previous year, 1959, and thought that democracy as practice, for the most part, was a real hypocrisy, particularly related to African Americans. And we wondered why our parents hadn't taken a stand. We determined that we were responsible for achieving our manhood, our dignity, and we had to do something about it. And we quickly concluded that there was no better example than the F.W. Woolworth 5 and 10 cent store. You could shop at 43 counters, but number 44, which was a lunch counter, was off limits to you if you were African American. And we decided on Sunday night, January 31st, well, actually it wasn't Sunday night, it was already Monday morning. It must have been about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning on February 1st, that we were going to go to Woolworth, sit down, and demand to be served at the lunch counter. Being killed, trying to achieve your rights and some sense of dignity, might be worth it. I wasn't too convinced that life was worth living without manhood and dignity. Even though we hadn't been served, I felt a true sense of victory. And I felt a true sense of victory because we had what I thought was outwitted the opposition. And we had pressed them in a corner where they didn't know what to do. And it said to me that they are ripe for us to return tomorrow to continue what we'd started today on February 1st.